So Russia just passed a bill to allow international payments with cryptocurrencies. And right here we have a document from the Central Bank of Russia put out in June of 2024 directly mentioning Ripple and XRP. And this document is in Russian, so I can't read it, but we do have it translated for you right here that we're going to cover in this video and talk about exactly what this means. We also have to discuss BRICS Pay with wholesale CBDCs and the connections to Ripple, what Vladimir Putin did 17 seconds into the interview with Tucker Carlson that is leading to a massive conspiracy theory from 2019 from the QAnon community. So we're going to discuss if this is real or not, and if Russia is really integrating XRP with the other BRICS nations, or if that's all fugazi. Because as you guys know, we talk about facts on this channel to dispel rumors. That way we can get to the truth of what's really going on in the crypto space. On top of that, what the SEC is doing to amend their complaint against Solana, ADA, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, Sandbox, Mana, Algorand, among other coins, and Binance, which is going to completely shift the undertone of the whole crypto market over the next few months. Plus, if you guys stick all the way to the end of this video, I'm going to give you some technical analysis on XRP, on the most likely case scenario in the near term, midterm, and long term for what we're seeing on the XRP to the US dollar price chart, plus what's happening in the Ripple versus SEC case, and how you can earn more crypto in less than 10 minutes per day with the first XRP game. So as always, if you guys are feeling bullish, comment 777. If you're feeling blessed, comment 777. If you're going to become the first millionaire in your family tree, you know what to do. Confirm it by tapping the subscribe button. Let's run it. All right, bull runners, welcome back to the channel. So if we're looking at the crypto market right now, everything is virtually down except for Solana and XRP over the past 7 days. We can see Ethereum down 5%. With the Ethereum ETF news coming out, a lot of people expected Ethereum to do a lot better, but real people are recognizing the projects in the space that are going to melt faces over the next 1 to 2 years. And Solana, it's going to absolutely crush it, guys. XRP is going to absolutely crush it, in my opinion. Again, I could be 100% wrong, but I'm going to share with you by the end of this video some technical analysis and the facts on what I see happening on the charts for why I believe that's going to happen. Now, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are purely for education, informational purposes only. Crypto's risky. You could lose all of your money. So these videos are purely for education, informational purposes only to help you do your own research. So before we get into this video, read this disclaimer right here, because there's a lot of people that get into the crypto space and they have false expectations because they watch channels of people pumping up their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations, leading them to invest more than they can afford to lose in the markets. And they don't do their proper research, so they get absolutely destroyed. They lose their life savings. So all I'm going to do with you guys is keep it real. Even if you hear some stuff you don't want to hear sometimes, like if XRP is going to go down in the short term, we're going to discuss that. And then we're going to create a long-term strategy together. Now, you guys understand that the crypto market is relatively new, so it's not perfect. There's a lot of craziness in this industry. It's just better than what's going on out there right now, because look at what Elon Musk just posted here, saying they should mix up the propaganda more. This is way too obvious. Just like when they were parading before the debate that Biden was sharp as a tack, here's what they're saying now.
Some of what he and his running mate are saying, well, it's just plain weird.
These guys are just weird. That's where they are.
As weird and creepy as JD Vance.
Super weird idea from JD Vance.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's quite weird. They're just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
Just plain weird.
That stuff is weird. They come across weird, and then they start being weird. Yeah, they're weird.
Being a really weird.
He's such a weirdo.
Donald Trump and his weirdo running mate, they're weird. Deeply and profoundly weird.
They are weird.
These Republicans just being weird, it's just weird. It's really weird.
Republican weirdness goes even deeper.
He said a lot of things that are weird, a weird style that he brings, weird policies. Let's start with the weird thing, because it is a thing.
Just plain weird.
What was weird was talking about Diet Mountain Dew. Who drinks Diet Mountain Dew?
You ever seen the guy laugh? That seems very weird to me, that an adult can go through 6.5 years of being in the public eye. If he has laughed, it's at someone, not with someone. That is weird behavior.
Weird and cultish.
These are weird people on the other side.
He kind of doubled down on his weird ideas.
I think weird is probably generous.
Simply weird. These guys are just plain weird.
Vance as weird? As the campaign said, weird.
It really is just plain weird.
JD Vance, plain weird.
I mean, I don't know how else you could read it.
Weird. It is kind of weird.
We're not afraid of weird people.
The other side, they're just weird. Why are you being so weird?
Vance has done something more extreme, more weird.
No matter what kind of weird stuff they keep saying.
Trump and Vance are just weird, in addition to being dangerous to democracy.
That's the weird part that's the most engaging.
Whom he addressed as my beautiful Christians, which was super weird.
Weird tech bro, JD Vance.
He's a weird guy.
JD Vance, uneasy and sort of weird.
Frankly, for lack of a better word, that he's weird.
Sarcastic remarks that aren't even funny, and he kind of shows that he can't really deliver a one-liner.
So, Sam, weird is the word here in terms of initial impressions from Vance to the American public.
It is absolutely ludicrous what's going on in this country right now. I think people have lost a grip on reality, just like Rome and Greece back in the days before the collapse of that empire took place, because everyone was just getting drunk off of wine. They were partying all the time. The times were good. And it was just like people were so blind to what was going on behind the scenes with the money. That's what I'm going to talk about in this video. But the pot is calling the kettle black here. So if they're saying that that's weird, whatever happened to the Olympics was 1,000 times weirder. And if you think this is normal right here, then there's some serious issues that you got to deal with your therapist about. So let's dive into the real news in this video, what's actually going on with the Russia central bank making massive moves in the crypto space, passing a bill to allow international payments with cryptocurrencies. So we need to give a little backstory here because SWIFT banned some Russian banks in one of the several institutional sanctions against the Russian regime imposed by the European Union and other Western countries as a result of the invasion of Ukraine, aimed at weakening the country's economy to end the invasion by hindering Russian access to the SWIFT financial transaction processing system. Because as you guys know, if you watch the Bull Runners channel, for years we've been talking about this on how SWIFT is going to undergo a massive transformation. It's been used by thousands of financial institutions in more than 200 countries for like 40 or 50 plus years. And according to the Russian National SWIFT Association, around 300 banks used SWIFT in Russia, with more than half of Russian credit institutions represented in SWIFT. Russia had the second highest user base after the United States. So this was a massive attack. It's financial warfare is what this is. And so Tucker Carlson at Fox got a lot of flack because he interviewed Vladimir Putin. Now, Tucker Carlson got fired from Fox because you guys know how the media, I don't even need to get into that, with what's happening in media these days to basically program people's mind. You know, your mind is the most important asset that you have. And if you're allowing other people to program it with stuff that is not true, then it's a recipe for disaster, because then you live your whole life based on propaganda rather than the facts. And so that's what we're getting into here. So this interview was done about 5 months ago, got 20 million views on Tucker Carlson's YouTube channel. Watch this.
On February 22nd, 2022, you addressed your country in a nationwide address when the conflict in Ukraine started. And you said that you were acting because you had come to the conclusion that the United States, through NATO, might initiate a, quote, surprise attack on our country. And to American ears, that sounds paranoid. Tell us why you believe the United States might strike Russia out of the blue. How did you conclude that?
So after that, Vladimir Putin went into a long drawn out history of Russia and Ukraine to try and give Tucker a history lesson there. But what's important to focus on is this. After Russia was cut off from the SWIFT system for invading Ukraine, he had to find a solution. So at about 17 seconds into that interview, what most people missed is he took off his black leather band watch and placed it on the table next to a pen. Now, Q dropped a post which had an image of a black leather band watch and a pen, and it said, "The clock is ticking, follow the watch." So as you guys know, if you've paid attention to anything that QAnon is posting, it's a massive movement that is pro-Trump. Now, for some backstory here, there's a forum with this Q account that has been posting some cryptid stuff over the past few years. And on 4chan, for validation and proof, someone on 4chan asked Q to have Trump say the phrase tippy top in one of his speeches so the community would know for certain he was indeed Trump or somebody that was closely connected to Trump. And on 4/2 of 2018, Trump gave an Easter speech with the white rabbit at one side and Melanie on the other.
Also, I want to thank the White House Historical Association and all of the people that work so hard with Melania, with everybody, to keep this incredible house or building or whatever you want to call it, because there really is no name for it. It is special. And we keep it in tip-top shape. We call it sometimes tippy-top shape. And it's a great, great place.
So this was then posted in 4chan saying it was requested. Did you listen today? So are you guys listening now? This image of the watch next to the pen was posted in 2019. And this video right here where he takes his watch off, which is really weird, by the way. If you're going to do an interview, you leave your watch on the whole time. But in 17 seconds, he takes it off. And this was 5 months ago. So what we're watching right now is a scripted movie. They plan stuff in advance and then they show it to us through predictive programming. And the reason why they do this is to lessen one's karmic retribution. So the principle is that one can experience the effects of bad karma from the past to a lesser degree because of Buddhist faith and practice in general. Buddhism attributes one present suffering to one's past actions or causes that remain in one's life as karma. So this passage suggests that due to the benefits accumulated through faith and practice, one can diminish in terms of both time and intensity negative karmic retribution that would otherwise torment one harshly over a long period, even several lifetimes. So if they tell you what they're going to do before they do it, then they believe that it's going to lessen their karmic retribution. For example, the Simpsons that people say are time travelers are really just predicting what they have planned anyways. For example, the recent Trump shooting that just took place, and also the election of Donald Trump going down this staircase, and then showing Donald Trump in a casket, and then showing Lisa becoming the president of the United States wearing a purple suit and white pearls. Now, coincidentally enough, for the Democratic Party, look at what Kamala Harris is wearing in this picture, a purple suit with white pearls. And on top of that, in season 10, episode 20, that originally aired back in 1999, you guys can see the Simpsons predicting or planning what happened just recently at the Olympics. And if you guys watch one of the other videos I put out on the channel a while back talking about blockchain and crypto on the Simpsons, back before Bitcoin was ever even created, this has been planned behind the scenes for many decades. So if you appreciate content like this of us getting to the truth here, make sure you subscribe, you like this video, you share it with a friend, because this isn't just random here, this is planned.
In episode 7, season 8 of The Simpsons, which was first aired on March 2nd of 1997, more than 10 years before Bitcoin, the creators of the cartoon introduced a place called Crypto Barn. And on the story, you can find various inscriptions like place for codes, secret code, or many codes. And this clip is very short, but we can spot something super interesting.
I guess this makes us yuppies, huh?
And if we look right here in a Simpsons video game, they put the Crypto Barn right here and it says deciphering secret government plans. Now, one thing that's interesting about this specific episode of The Simpsons, it came out in 1997. And if we just do a simple Google search asking when was crypto created, you can see January of 2009. So how is it that 12 years after this episode was aired, Bitcoin was created by someone who has the name Satoshi Nakamoto, who remains anonymous to this day? Something doesn't line up here, so it's complete BS.
Well, what are they planning? Well, the Bank of Russia put out this document in June of 2024, and here's what it says. Right here at the top, you can see the diagram of the mechanism of cross-border money transfers in the Ripple system. So you have senders here on the left, US dollar, euro, Japanese yen. You have an exchange, the transfer amount for internal brokers. And then you have number 2, the transfer of tokens in the distributed ledger technology network. You have an X right in the middle, that's XRP. Then you have exchange tokens for the recipient's currency. It's Mexican pesos for the recipients, Philippine pesos, Thai baht. So they are telling us that they are planning on using XRP. Now, have they come out publicly and Vladimir Putin said this? No, but they're putting out documents that are pretty much saying this because participants in financial markets see the potential in the use of smart contracts and use them in their business processes. Smart contracts are used when conducting transactions with letters of credit as part of the international supply of goods to optimize interbank clearing and settlements, to control the conditions of cross-border transfers. Regulators in a number of countries are piloting reporting collection systems managed by smart contracts. Smart contracts and their infrastructure are significant areas of investment for financial institutions in distributed processing technologies. In 2022, the size of these investments reached a 5-year maximum exceeding $36 billion. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Because when we talk about all these other countries like Brazil, China, South Africa, India, and Russia being a part of the BRICS nations, when the United States cut Russia off from the SWIFT system, they had to make a move quick. And do you guys think that when a bully on the playground goes and punches another kid in the face that you're kind of friends with, and then that kid comes to you and says, hey, we got to team up against that bully, what do you think you're going to do? What do you think Russia's doing? What do you think India's doing? Why did they team up together? What do you think is happening with SBI Holdings right now? A full banking license in Russia with 100% Japanese control. SBI Bank, which became a wholly owned subsidiary of SBI Holdings in August of 2017, is 100% Japanese capital-located commercial bank with a full banking license over in Russia. And as a joint venture established by Ripple between SBI Holdings, SBI Ripple Asia creates the Internet of Value in Japan and other Asian regions by merging the expertise and technology of both companies together. Or they say participants of RippleNet, which uses distributed ledger technology, can directly connect with financial institutions with a single API and instantly and reliably transfer money in more than 40 currencies to more than 70 countries. So SBI Ripple Asia provides RippleNet to financial institutions and money transfer service operators in Japan, South Korea, and certain Southeast Asian countries. So you guys tell me, because I'm genuinely curious here, if Russia wasn't planning on integrating with Ripple and using XRP, why would they put XRP right here in the center of everything? I guess we'll find out here soon, but one thing we can find out right now to know is the US debt clock just passed $35 trillion. So sound the alarm, light off your bottle rockets. This is the most exciting time in history, $35 trillion. How are they gonna get out of this? What are they gonna do to get rid of all that debt? Well, there's 3 words: distributed ledger technology.
A distributed ledger?
Not in your wallet, I'm in your computer.
Many people are using cryptos just to buy and sell and make quick gains out of it. Does it hurt the growth of cryptocurrencies, that usage for a quick buck?
So I mean, it's kind of chicken and egg. You have to create a marketplace. And right now we have about 150, 200 exchanges around the world that trade in XRP. A lot of it, as you say, is very shallow trading by individuals. And that is not the use case that we are pursuing. What we are pursuing is the use of XRP as a financial asset by sophisticated institutions as a bridging mechanism. So does this hurt or harm? Well, it creates a lot of noise. And, we certainly don't want that much noise, but we're waiting. And for example, this last quarter, the bulk of XRP sales were to institutional investors. And as this transitions away from retail to institutions, we'll start to use it for wholesale, financial usage. That's when the turning point will come.
Now let's shift gears here for a little bit, because as you guys already know, this is all part of their plan. They have something big planned for XRP, and we're just going to see what that is. So we're in the water. We're just waiting for the Ripple wave to hit. Let's talk about the SEC. What are they doing? Because all of a sudden, the SEC is no longer trying to classify 10 tokens in their recent lawsuit: Solana, ADA, Matic, Filecoin, Atom, Sandbox, Mana, Algorand, AXS, and Cody as securities. They're amending their case against Binance US to remove this allegation so the court won't rule on it. This likely means that the judge won't have to decide whether 10 tokens are unregistered securities or not, and they can continue to do business as usual. So, according to the filing, the SEC has already informed the defendants, Binance and affiliated entities, namely Binance.us, and the founder, CZ, that it intends to seek leave to amend its complaint, including with respect to the third-party crypto asset securities, to get rid of the need for the court to issue a ruling as to the sufficiency of the allegations as to those tokens at this time. Now, why would the SEC do that? Well, Donald Trump just came out in my video yesterday and gave a speech saying that in his first day in office, who would he fire? He would fire Gary Gensler. So Gary's getting his arm pulled right now, whether it's by the Democratic Party or whether it's by his own self-interest to keep his job, to shift his view on crypto. So that's absolutely bullish news leading into election. Also, Ripple is teaming up with Clearbank, Zero Hash, and others to create an innovative ecosystem for their new Ripple stablecoin that they're going to be launching later this year. And it's launching on both the XRP Ledger and Ethereum.
What do you plan to do over the, say, next 30, 60, 90 days to define a plan for your new path?
A lot of work to be done. Locking up banking partners, critical. And also just other service providers in the industry. You really can't go it alone. And we try to stick to our lane. And obviously, we're going to seek approval to issue a stable coin. We're going to do that on the XRPL ledger in addition to Ethereum. So excited about that. But that really begets a whole host of other service providers that we need on the banking side for transaction, on and off ramps, for reserve banking. Someone to manage the reserves. There's a lot of compliance needs. We've been talking to the folks at Zero Hash and others. And so part of it's just bringing that A-team of providers, monthly attestations from the accounting firms. So there's kind of an internal and an external swim lane, if you will, that needs to come together. And also understanding, where the use cases are and where our real value exchange can be differentiated. Because there are obviously some established players. We think we've got some unique needs within the Ripple community right now that we've been listening to our customers who have been asking for certain attributes to a stablecoin that we're targeted towards building. So a lot of exciting considerations going on right now and a lot of work being done really on all those fronts.
So all this is cool information to know, but how does it affect your portfolio? And when are you going to become the first millionaire in your family tree? Well, we need to look at the chart. So I have the stochastic RSI pulled up here along with the XRP to the US dollar price chart on the weekly candles. On top of that, we've added the Bitcoin stock to flow rainbow indicator, which shows this color code from the days till the next halving. When we go from purple to orange, Bitcoin halves, as you can see recently, Bitcoin halve, we're in orange right now. And so we can compare back to the past and we can see some similarities here. And then also on the stochastic RSI, what we're looking at right now is pretty interesting because in the short term, it's kind of bearish, but in the midterm, it's bullish. And in the long term, it's ultra bullish. So in the short term, here's what we're looking at. If we go back here to the 27th of July of 2020, when we were in orange for XRP, it broke from this descending bearish channel out from the COVID capitulation lows right here, upwards of about 33 cents, and then consolidated sideways for an extended period of time, seeing a sell-off of about 30% for about 100 and roughly 12 days, 100 and plus days. So when XRP rallied out from the low, we can see the stochastic RSI, the K line in blue, and the D line in orange rallied all the way up here near 100, and we saw a bearish cross take place. When that bearish cross took place, the momentum shifted over from the bulls to the bears. XRP saw that sell off of about 30% and then just consolidated sideways for about 100 days before rocketing all the way up here to about 70 cents to backtest this previous resistance that XRP wicked off of in the 17th of September 2018 during this bear market, where you can see XRP go from light blue to dark blue during the bear market. Now, one thing that was interesting is when XRP broke out, it wicked off of this and it got rejected, and it came back down to this ascending support in this macro symmetrical triangle that we've been in since ultimately the high of the all-time high of January of 2018. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. For 6 years, XRP has been consolidating, and a key thing just happened last week that we need to pay very close attention to. So what we're looking at right now, back here in September of 2020 until November, XRP was consolidating at this descending resistance, which is acting as support right here. You guys can see where my mouse is circling right now. Then it broke off, back tested it, and then started working its way through the bull run when we shifted from orange to yellow. So because we're in orange right now, there is a concern in the short term. The number one concern is that on the weekly stochastic RSI, the K line is at 100. It's very, very high right now. The D line is at 88. And as you guys know, anything below 20 is bullish because we're going to see a reversal at some point. Anything above 80 is bearish because we usually see a reversal at some point. So I've circled the periods on the price chart when we were above 80 on the stochastic RSI during the last bull run. And one point was right here, before we capitulated for COVID in February. We saw a sell off from 35 cents all the way down to like 9 or 10 cents. We rallied up here to 34 cents, saw a sell off down to 20 cents again. Then we rallied up here to backtest the previous resistance, and we got rejected from 75 cents. And then we were also up here in this zone. And then we rallied up to the high for that bull run, and then we came all the way up here in the stochastic RSI and then saw a rejection as well too. And then ultimately bear market when we went from yellow to light green. And even in light green, you guys can see these periods right here. When XRP for this dead cat balance rallied up to $1.40, look at where the stochastic RSI was. It came all the way back up here again where the K line was at like 86. The D line was at about 80, and we saw a reversal. So each of these periods on the chart where the stochastic RSI was above 80 for the K line and the D line, well, if we circled those exact moments on the price charts, just for facts, this isn't even my opinion here. I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm just showing you the truth here. The closer that we got to 100 on both of these lines on the stochastic RSI, the stronger the momentum shift over from the bulls to the bears. and a sell-off took place shortly after that. So look on your computer screen right now or on your phone where you're watching this on all of these points on the chart that I'm circling right here, where the stochastic RSI was above 80 for the K line and the D line, and also where we were on the price chart when we saw those reversals take place all the way back to June of 2019. So this is 5 years of data that I'm giving you right now, and this is purely just the facts here, okay? So let's count them, then let's see what took place after a bearish cross happened above 80 on the stochastic RSI, and then let's see what that would give us a probability of the most likely case scenario to happen next, all right? So the first time on what we have circled right here, now obviously it's not the first time because we could go back before this, but we're just gonna measure from dark blue to where we are today, going back to 2019. So we saw a bearish cross right here above 80, where the K line in blue crossed below the D line in orange, and then we drastically saw momentum shift over from the bulls to the bears. The price simultaneously went from about 50 cents down to about 20 cents before XRP bounced, and then we saw a bullish cross. Now I'm not going to cover bullish crosses in this video, but as you guys know, it's just the opposite of a bearish cross, where a bearish cross is above 80 when the K line in blue crosses below the D line in orange, and then it confirms the bearish cross when we drop below 80, whereas a bullish cross is when the K line in blue crosses above the D line in orange, and it confirms when both lines pass above 20. So every circle that I have right here is a confirmed bearish cross. Now, that's 1-for-1 right now, meaning that when this bearish cross took place, the price went down. Okay, the next period that this happened right here was roughly at the end of October of 2019. As you can see, we saw a bearish cross above 80. It confirmed by both the K line and the D line in orange dropping below 80. Now, what did we see on the price chart for Confluence there? We saw the price go from about 30 cents down to about 16 cents. Then XRP formed a bullish cross on the weekly where the K line in blue crossed above the D line in orange. It confirmed by going above 20. XRP on the price chart recovered all the way back up to about 35 cents. Then we saw a bearish cross where the K line in blue crossed below the D line in orange all the way upwards of 100. Sure enough, XRP went from about 30 cents all the way down to about 8 cents. So far, we're 3 for 3, where these 3 times that we saw a bearish cross on the stochastic RSI in the weekly, we saw XRP's price sell off in the short term. Right here on August of 2020, that's 4 for 4. After the 23rd of November going into December of 2020, that's 5 for 5. The top of the market, that's 6 for 6. The dead cat bounce, that's 7 for 7. 28th of March 2022, 8 for 8. 26th of September, 9 for 9. 11 for 11. 12 for 12. 13 for 13. 14 for 14. And right now, the K line is at 100. The D line is at 88. The highest that it's been in nearly 2 years. So if we've gone 14 for 14, where every single time we've seen a bearish cross the past 14 times, the XRP on the price chart has seen a sell-off. The real question that we need to ask is, what's the probability of this being 15 for 15? Where if we see a bearish cross take place for XRP, what will that do to the price? You guessed it, in the short term, we would see a momentum shift over from the bulls to the bears, just like we saw back here from the 27th of July all the way to the 9th of November, where XRP saw a sell-off. So if you guys watched my video yesterday, I made a 30-minute video going into detail about this to prepare you, to prepare your portfolio in the short term for the most likely case scenario, because a lot of people are going to jump on YouTube and just tell you XRP is going to the moon. Now I get it, our thumbnails can say that sometimes, but that gets you to watch the video and to understand the truth, the facts, so we can get to the bottom of what's the most likely case scenario to happen. So in the short term, I'm bearish on XRP in the short term because we just broke this macro 6-year descending resistance on the weekly candles. Literally this week, we've closed the candle above it. And so I think a lot of people are going to get prematurely excited about XRP because XRP is at 0.627 right now. Now, as you guys know, I just talk about the facts. I'm not a Nostradamus here. It doesn't mean XRP is going to sell off right now. We could see XRP push even higher in the short term and then start to see a sell-off. But ultimately, a likely case scenario, in my opinion, is similar to what happened back here from August or July of 2020 until November 2020, where we just do something like this for XRP, where we just grind alongside this descending resistance as support before we see the next major rally up for XRP to the upside. And the key levels that we need to look for where XRP will face resistance is the exact same level right here on the 10th of July of 2023. It was the same level for this complacency stage bounce when we were light blue during March of 2022, and that's roughly at 90 cents to $1. Now, if we break through that for XRP, the next stop is really $1.30, $1.40 up here. So in my opinion, that could happen when we go from orange to yellow for XRP, and then we see a much bigger consolidation phase happen before the biggest move to the upside to take place in 2025. 5. So we're going to be closely monitoring the XRP price chart. We're going to be bringing up these indicators so you guys can have an understanding of how to do your own research to watch these charts yourself. And maybe you might be able to spot something that I personally don't see. You know, I completely understand that I'm human. I make mistakes here. But so far on the stochastic RSI on the weekly chart, we've been 14 for 14, where each time the K line and the D line have breached above 80, even getting closer to 100. The K line's at 100 right now. And we see a bearish cross and a confirmation of a reversal to the downside below 80. XRP's price sees a sell-off. Now, how far that will bring XRP to the downside, I personally don't know. I think worst case scenario, we would backtest 38 cents, but I just don't see XRP going much lower than that because virtually everybody's just holding on to this project, waiting for the resolution of the lawsuit. The SEC has completely shifted their stance about crypto now because of what Trump just said, getting ready to fire Gary Gensler's first day in office. BlackRock and massive institutions are going all in on crypto. So if this is making you think, should you sell your XRP? Should you hold your XRP? What should you do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm focused on doing in a little bit, but first, Judge Torres is considering a final judgment in the Ripple vs. SEC case and focusing on issuing a final ruling regarding the penalties, the injunctions in the lawsuit, where both parties can still appeal earlier decisions, adding layers of complexity to the legal proceedings. So the possibility of appeals is large in this high-profile legal battle, where experts in the space like Fred Rispoli, James Murphy speculate that Judge Torres might expedite her final ruling, bypass motions currently before Judge Sarah Netberg, potentially delivering a judgment as early as August. So what's up in the air on exactly when that will happen, virtually nobody knows. And like I said in the beginning of this video, it's all scripted. So what we're doing until that happens is stacking up our portfolio with as much XRP as possible and obviously diversifying into other projects as well too. So if you guys want to learn how to earn more crypto and what I'm doing to earn an extra 1,000 XRP per day in less than 10 minutes with the first XRP game, then what I'll do is I'll leave a link in the description below, or you can go to bullrunners.com, click the button on the page, put in your best email address. You'll be instantly subscribed to our daily video newsletter. That way you can receive breaking news updates and informational videos like this. And on the other side, you'll watch an 8-minute video. So in less than 10 minutes, you guys can learn how to do this. We'll show you how to get your XRP wallet. It's the most trusted wallet specifically for XRP. Also how to get your game pieces, how to play the game. That way you can start earning massive crypto rewards before this lawsuit comes to a conclusion, before XRP absolutely explodes, so you can earn the most amount of crypto possible. So again, guys, go to bullrunners.com. Link will be in the description below. And as always, we're backing up our truck all the way to the bank, grabbing the bags, packing them and stacking them, leaving no bags left behind, because we believe the spending power of the dollar is going to continue to go down in value. That's a fact based on inflation. The global debt, blockchain technology, distributed ledger technology, and cryptocurrencies have been going up in value. That's the truth over the past decade. And together, you know where we're going. We're going camping on the beaches of the moon. So I'll see you guys on the next video. I will see you on bullrunners.com. As always, you know what to do. Stay bullish.